So, a warm-hearted welcome to all of you, wherever you are in this moment, in this world of ours, this being human, whatever the weather, whatever the weather externally, whatever the weather internally, whatever is happening, here we are together practicing. So, as we've been practicing and going through the categories of karuna, compassion together, we're lingering a little longer with self-compassion, karuna for self, because you can never have enough karuna for self, compassion for self, filling our own cup. So tonight we'll continue with that. And there's so many different ways to do this practice. There's no right or wrong. These are all skillful means. You can try different methods, see what works. And one thing I wanted to bring up today in our exploration for the practice is to explore the relationship between self-compassion and resilience. Well, you might wonder, okay, what's the relationship between self-compassion and resilience? Some aspects might be obvious, some may not be. I'll offer a couple of thoughts, and then we'll just explore and experiment on our own. So one thought, one reflection about resilience is the sense of when something challenging happens in life, it doesn't so much mean that you don't get knocked over. Yes, you do get knocked over, but how quickly you stand up, how quickly you get up, how quickly you right yourself. And there are studies supporting that this practice, mindfulness meditation, this practice in general, it increases resilience in this way of getting knocked over, getting up more quickly. Whereas something would happen, perhaps you would berate yourself or be upset or depressed for days or weeks. Um, you bounce back more quickly. And you may have already observed this about yourself if you've been practicing for a while. There are areas of your life that don't get you down as much or as long as they used to. Now, one thing to consider about the practice of self-compassion and the relationship with resilience is when you're more compassionate to yourself, there is a sense of soothing. There is a soothing salve that supports you to stand up, to get up more quickly. It's a sense of support, it's a sense of empowerment. Imagining compassion to be weak, actually, it's a powerful expression of our own strength and love for ourselves, to hold ourselves with care, to hold our difficulties with care and love. So there is a sense of resilience. Instead of being down, especially if we keep being down with self-recrimination, with self-judgment, it will keep us down. It will keep us miserable and depressed. But with a sense of self-compassion, we can actually take responsibility. Okay, I did my best. Given all the cause and conditions didn't turn out as as well as I aspire to, but it's okay, sweetie. I forgive you. I love you. I care for you. And let's aspire to our values, to show up in the way that we really want to, instead of, oh, you're terrible, you're a loser, you're awful. So it can really support us in resilience in that way. not to give us a free pass. That's not the idea, but to support us in resilience. So, without further ado, let's practice together. So, I'd like to invite you to get into your meditation posture. Landing in this body with this breath, spending a few minutes just settling and arriving, and taking refuge in the simplicity of this moment, in this breath. I invite you to feel your body, your entire body, as the breath is breathed into it, both physically and energetically. Sense of the body bellowing with air. And as if your body extended a few inches beyond your skin, relaxing into this energetic sense of your body. Letting go into it and feeling the body energetically breathe, expanding and contracting. Feeling your whole body physically and energetically be breathed, energized, relaxed. And feeling your chest, your heart center fill with the breath, both physically and energetically, feeling bright, more filled, more awake, more full. Appreciating, appreciating this body breathing, and all the functions of this body. How it does its best to support you in breathing, in digesting, in healing as you get cuts and wounds as best as it can, in moving, seeing, hearing, understanding, perceiving, processing information. This amazing, miraculous body which we take for granted, both yours and not yours. Deeply appreciating this body, breathing. Deep appreciation. It does so much. It has done so much for us, for you, throughout your life. And often taken for granted or even berated for not being the right shape or size or not functioning or hurting. Oh, dear body. Oh, dear, dear body. As if you are bowing in your heart with appreciation and love and care. As if this body is miraculous. This miracle of nature. Your body, as if it were a beloved. As if it were a beloved other. Thank you, dear body. Can there be appreciation, care, love? This dear beloved other, this good friend that's been taken for granted. Now you decide, oh darling, let me connect with you, let me see you, appreciate you, love you. Relating, connecting, perceiving this body with appreciation, care, love. And as if you were sitting and caring for a dear beloved friend, having tea with them. telling your dear friend, "Sweetheart, tell me, how are you? What's been challenging for you? Are you hurting? Have you been hurting?" And being open to holding, to receiving the challenges, the pains, the aches, the difficulties, the suffering of the body with love, with compassion, with care. This beloved other. And this body, beloved body, may speak to you about either physical pains or heartache, emotional challenges that are also felt in the body, experienced in the body. Making space for those too. Oh, darling, this is hard. This is hard. And it's okay. I love you. I care for you. I hold you dear. I don't and I won't berate you in this moment. It's safe. It's okay to just be. Not feel you have to be in any particular shape or form or way. You're accepted and loved just as you are, with all the challenges that you're holding, physically, energetically, emotionally. The empowerment of love and compassion for yourself. Powerful, loving stance. Connecting with yourself, physically, emotionally, energetically, with your heart, however way it's appropriate for you in this moment. Connect with this beloved other in your own way and time. Are there ways that you underestimate yourself, diminish yourself? See yourself with not enough depth, perspective, dimensionality, grace, and beauty, such that this being that is you actually is a beloved other you don't completely know or understand. They are far more unfathomable. Can there be love and compassion for this beloved other and their beauty and challenges? And for the last few minutes of this practice, see what's needed. Whenever feels appropriate, opening the circle of care and compassion to all those who are practicing with you, with their physical, energetic, emotional challenges, and all beings everywhere in your own time. All beings everywhere, all beings in this Zoom room and on YouTube practicing with you, as these beloved others. You only get a sense of them, perhaps, a limited sense in the small groups, but they are far more complex, not reducible to either our or their conceptions of themselves. Wishing all beings everywhere goodness. May all beings be free, happy, and at peace. Thank you for your practice, everyone. So, the idea of ourselves, our bodies, our hearts, this being who is us, as a beloved other, the way we would treat a beloved friend, a beloved being, treating ourselves in the same way that we give them the benefit of the doubt and allow them to have their complexity, not let them be reduced to a limited understanding. Doing the same for ourselves and holding ourselves with compassion and care. So, would love to invite you, if you like to share something about your practice, something that came up, an observation, maybe something that was challenging also. If you'd like to share the wisdom of that, how you worked with that, or how you were stuck with that, it's all okay. You can either raise your hand if you haven't shared in a while or ever, or you can type it in chat. Ben says the benefit of the faith. I'm not quite sure what you mean by that, Ben. You're welcome to raise your hand to extend. Benefit of the doubt. Oh, benefit of the doubt. Okay. Play on words. I see. Yeah, I like that. Benefit of the doubt, benefit of the faith. Bill asks, what did you mean when you used the word energetically? Oh, that's a great question. Um, hmm. So it's something to open up to and explore. That often as we sit and we practice for a while, or also for some people when they're new to practice, there's a sense of the physicality of the body, the physical sense of the body. There's also kind of an energetic sense of the body, that the body is breathing. There is, as I was describing the meditation, as if the edge of your body is a few inches beyond your skin. There's a sense of you've have you, here's a simple way to relate to it. Have you ever felt like you're buoyant, you can walk on air, you feel so good energetically? Wow, you feel expansive and light. And sometimes you feel heavy and just contracted. So it doesn't just feel physical at those times. There's an energetic sense of buoyancy. So that's what I'm inviting you to become more sensitive to and tune into. There's so much to discover about ourselves. Does that make sense, Bill? Yeah. And yeah. And Susan, please see your hand raised.
Yeah, I noticed that sometimes I feel some confusion with um, accepting, like, um, so I have some challenging health issues. So accepting my body and loving my body, but yet wanting to heal and get better and not get caught in identifying with the illness. Does that make sense? So sometimes
Yeah.
I have a problem of, like, when I go into wanting to love my body
Yeah.
and telling myself it belongs, all of it belongs, the pain, whatever I'm feeling belongs, that I'm allowing that all to be there, and I'm identifying with it, and then I won't get better. I won't heal. I have some, does that make sense? What I'm
Yeah.
saying, that confusion in
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, it does. I hear this conflict. So it'll let me reflect back. There's a sense of when you get into meditation, trying to love the body and all the ways it is suffering and accepting the pain, feeling it belongs, then feeling like, oh, if you accept that, then you're not going to get better because you're allowing it all to be. Yeah.
And I'm identifying with the pain, like,
Right. So
instead.
here's exactly. So here's the slight shift in perspective I'm going to suggest, Susan. So instead of identifying with the pain as you're turning to love and appreciate the body, appreciate and love all the ways the body is hurting, not the pain, but all the ways the body is struggling, is trying to heal, and it's having a hard time, like a good friend who's really doing its best. So in that way, you're not identifying with the pain, but identifying with the body hurting and just having a hard time aligning itself with health. So in that way, you're accepting, and there's an inspiration for health. Does that make sense, that shift?
Yeah, I think so. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, not identifying with the illness. And I'm just using pain as an overall,
Yeah. Yeah.
because it's easier for people to identify with. So it's like not identifying with the illness, but just being really kind and loving with my body and all the sensations it
Yeah.
might be feeling, and giving that care and love and compassion, and knowing that that probably is the most healing thing for my
Ex-
body.
that's exactly right. Right on. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Susan. Thank you for that. Any other reflections, questions, realizations came up for you in this practice? Mara Christine says, it makes me think our practice needs to be proactive. Uh, help tell me what you mean by that, Amari Christina, if you could. Let's see if you could if you would like to unmute yourself, if you wish, you're welcome to. If not,
As
that's okay.
opposed, as opposed to being passive recipients, we're
Yeah.
quite active in the process of how we feel about our body and where how our mind inclines. Does that make sense?
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. I see what you're saying. There's, yeah, and the way that I say that usually in Nikki's wording is, you know, we our act of perception, the way we're perceiving, creates our world. Every act of perception is a weaver of worlds. So the way we perceive is really weaving a particular kind. So in this proactivity that you're naming is the way we choose to perceive. We choose to, there's so many different perceptions we can have. So yeah, thank you. Other reflections, especially if you haven't shared for a while. How is the idea of the body as the beloved other connecting with this friend, the unfathomability, the dimensionality, or anything else? I'll take one more pause. Okay, so having taken one beat, so we'll leave some time for the other side when we come back. Ben says, I've only recently started paying down the debt of love I didn't know to give my body growing up. Ah, that is sweet. That's, yeah, the debt of love. It's wonderful to pay it down whenever, Ben. I appreciate your use of words there. Beautiful. Makes me happy. So the invitation for tonight, hear it before you jump off, those who think of groups. So one invitation, which is a really unique way to relate to other human beings, and take this as a practice, as a um, little sandbox that then you can take to people in your life to practice with them. The invitation is in the group to see if you can see them as people who, you're getting just this small two-dimensional, one-dimensional, three-dimensional perspective of who they are and what they're saying, but there's so much more to them. So much more to them. So can you listen to them? And can you listen to yourself, appreciating this uniqueness that you haven't quite explored about yourself or about the other people, really giving them the benefit of the doubt or benefit of the faith, as Ben was saying, just really opening up to each other and seeing what it feels like if you held the other people in this way, what might switch. Do it as an experiment, as if you're a scientist of your own mind. Nothing might happen, but something profound might happen. So I'd like to invite you to relate in that way with each other, and start with 30 seconds of silence, holding each other, these amazing beings that you are, each of you with so many talents and capacities and challenges too. So I'm going to create the breakout rooms, and here we go. Okay, here we go. All right, I'm going to open them. Okay, the rooms are closed. Welcome back, everyone. So we have a couple minutes if you'd like to share. What was that like? You can raise your hand if you like, or type in chat, especially if you haven't shared for a while. Would love to hear from you. I see smiles, but I don't see any hands raised. especially if you haven't ever shared. It would be lovely to hear your perspective, especially if you're new or we're kind of not sure about the group thing. Would love to hear from you. Yes, I'm speaking to you. Yes, Terence.
I love your perspective of considering the body the precious other. That's brilliant. Everything out there is the other, right? Mm, this is other too. Yeah. Oh, very good.
Thank you, Terence.
Thank you.
Thank you. Kim says my co-group member said it was heartwarming, and I agree it was. Aw, sweet. Heartwarming. Love that. Sweet. Yeah. Any last quick reflections before we close? Yeah. 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 I I hear that it was challenging to share some challenging and difficulties with your group. One of you reflected, and that's completely understandable. It can feel very, very, very vulnerable to share something that's very challenging right now, sadness, depression, to share with the group and feel vulnerable. And I hope you felt supported in that. And I'm happy to stay a couple of minutes afterwards if it would be helpful to reflect that. The person who sent me that message privately. I'm happy to stay a couple of minutes. So, dear ones, thank you all. Thank you for your practice, for showing up, for practicing for yourself, and for all those whose lives you touch directly or indirectly. May we all be safe, happy, healthy, and free, and may all beings everywhere be free, safe, happy, healthy, and have ease. Thank you, Sangha. You are awesome. I love you, beloved others.